And great. So thank you for joining us today in this webinar, and it's really great to have all of you here together to discuss so much that we have to talk about entrepreneurship. And well, first of all, I would like to start telling you a bit more about Mother in Business. And if my presentations go on, okay. So Mother in Business, it's a network supporting that oriented mothers to have balanced work and family life since 2015. And I need to, okay, great. And my presentation. So there is 4,500 members and more than 300 active members. We promote the role of mothers in labor market and in working life and society. We support networking, skills development, and career advance. In Mother in Business International is started as a pilot project by our volunteers in the 2020. And the main aim was that the project would develop more content and activities to meet the needs of international career-oriented mothers living in Finland. So to have more content in English, of course, and of course, work together with the Finnish chapter. And doing some networking, also influencing towards a more inclusive, family-friendly, and international environment in Finland, and develop and support mothers to develop their skills, advance career paths, and combine working life with family life. Mother in Business has the funding from SEA for the next 3 years, and we are happy to welcome you if you want to join as a volunteer, as being volunteer is the heart of Mother in Business International. So what do? We have different events and actions. One of them are listed here: Mingles, the Language Cafe, webinars, stroller walks, and visiting to companies and organizations to learn more of the professional and career requirements and working culture. And of course, now we are having the mentoring program that you're welcome to check it also in the Mother in Business website. If you want to be a mentor, you're welcome to apply also. So our events are open for all, free of charge, and will be held in English. And of course, you can participate with your kids. And yeah, so it's super nice to have upcoming events already. And just I will walk through very quickly. Just the next coming dates, we will have Mother in Business webinar, new Mother in Business International volunteer onboarding sessions. So if you want to learn how you can cooperate with us, you're welcome to join. Also mindfulness for moms and mom, student, employee, how we can do it all. Of course, we want to learn all these great skills, how to improve them. Mom stock and in the career path, how to land in a job in a corporate company after being unemployed. And we want to also tell you that we are organizing our next webinar in March that will be mapping the needs of international entrepreneurs. So what we want to do in this next webinar will be more as an open discussion to try to understand what international entrepreneurs will need to improve skills, networks, or what practices do we need to be able to start our own business, as we want to support all of your great business ideas. We really are looking forward to see you in the next event so we can all interact and try to brainstorm what we can do and how we incorporate to each other. So yes, I would like to also introduce to Annie, is also another volunteer Mother in Business, and she will be today my co-host. And yeah, Annie. Hello.
Hello, sorry. I have the work computer, so something came up from work. So nice to have you all here. Ceci, I'm sorry, I need to answer that. So could you
Sure.
introduce Anna-Leena? I'm so sorry.
No worries, of course. So today we will have tried to define some kind of mix of what is, you know, an entrepreneur path from the being a mom, being a woman who is career oriented. So we have come out with the name of Mompreneur series because we want to just, you know, mix these two words and bring maybe the future events, more topics that we are looking forward to improve our skills or networking skills in the or business skills to become a successful entrepreneur. So today, our main topic will be around finding your strength and motivation, of course, when you start a new business, when you don't know how to start, where to start, and if I'm making the right decision or not. So today, our guest speaker is Anna-Leena. She is CEO of Caplux company, and in this webinar, we will be discussing tips from an entrepreneur mom, how to pursue your business idea, main recommendations, what to pay attention when you want to start a new business, partnerships, the pros and cons of having a partner in your business, how to find the motivation and keep going. And of course, I'm also looking at how to have a mentor or coach to support you. Is it important? What are the pros and cons? How they can help you? And this webinar will be open discussion, so you are welcome to write in the chat or raise your hand if you want to share something. Of course, we will have after Anna-Leena has introduced herself, we will have a space where we can talk more. If you want to share an experience, for example. And yeah, so please, Anna-Leena, the floor is yours. Welcome, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much. I will start sharing my screen.
Yes, please.
It says that you cannot start. Okay, now I can start when you stop.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
So now you can see my screen, I guess.
Yes, it looks perfect.
Yes. Okay. So thank you for the invitation. It's really nice to be here and be telling my story of mompreneurship, and really happy also to discuss with you all the questions or like ideas that you might have regarding the issue. So at first, a little bit about myself. Here are pictures of my life. So I'm mother of 2 kids. We have an 8-year-old daughter and an 11-year-old son. In the middle, there is a little bit old picture of our family, but I think it's like a nice one from a frozen birthday party. So our son is also having some blue thing around his mouth as he has been drinking the frozen ball or something. Yeah, I'm also wife of an IT man. We started dating when I was 16 and he was 17, so we are quite an old couple now. I'm also visualist, visionary, really like marketing-oriented person. Well, I have had like 15 years career in banking industry. I was in different kinds of sales and marketing roles and leadership roles in IKEA Bank called Ikano Bank in Finland. Yeah, then I decided to jump out from my comfort zone and like the career path and to become an entrepreneur. And I have been mothers in Mothers and Business group. I think since it started in Helsinki, and I have found this like mothers network really useful, both for my career and for my personal life as well. So now I'm actually entrepreneur and CEO of family business. And I've also, or me with my husband, we have bought my like childhood house from my parents and renovated it. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in my life. And what is Caps Loop then? It's a Finnish wardrobe organizing methodology. So it's based on capsule wardrobe that comes from USA and UK. And our mission is to solve the clothes crisis of women. And we also empower women in several ways. There's pictures of, for example, color analysis, where you can find your best colors for clothes and for makeup and jewelry and so on. I have like style lectures and different kinds of lectures for women audiences, different kinds of workshops, like via internet and like in place in different companies and so on. And also I'm empowering women to start building their own business by training people how to organize other people's wardrobes and how to be like supporting women to find their best style and the clothes that they feel comfortable in. So here are some pictures of cooperations and other things during the past year. Just shortly about myself and like my background. I studied at Aalto University, or actually it was Helsinki School of Economics and Business Administration at that time. And as a side job, I also worked in an upscale women's clothes store at the center of Helsinki, Feminine Boutique. And I really enjoyed helping women like find the perfect matching clothes for their like important occasions. For example, a beautiful dress for Linnan Juhlat, the Independence Day event. And but then when I graduated, I started career in banking, or actually it started already before I graduated. So I started as sales and marketing assistant at Ikana Bank, and then like grew and got several other positions like key account manager and head of marketing, and the last position I was in charge of the whole consumer business, marketing and communications for both business lines, consumer and B2B, and also part of the management team. But besides this banking career, I had like quite serious clothes crisis. And the biggest one was in 2017, when we were actually selling our home and moving to this house where we now live, that we bought from my parents. Because I couldn't even think that I would allow people to come inside my closet and see all of my clothes that were like taking so much space there, and there were maybe clothes from the years when I was 20 years old and didn't have children. But then at that time when we're selling the house, I had 2 children, and I couldn't imagine me wearing the same clothes that I had been wearing when I was 20. So then I first found found KonMari method, and then straight after that I Googled a little bit more and found capsule wardrobe and like the methodology. And it was kind of life-changing moment when I enrolled myself to the e-course of capsule wardrobe methodology, and organized my wardrobe based on that. I realized soon that it helped to save time and money and my nerves and everything in the hectic life. So I was really involved in the methodology, and in 2019 I wanted to study a little bit more to become a person who could also organize other people's clothes and closets. But at that time when I studied to become a capsule consultant, it was more like a hobby than a work, because I was still in the banking career and it was just a nice side thing at that time. But in 2020, a sudden business opportunity came, and I was offered to buy the business in Finland. And then actually I became founder of Capslook Ltd as part-time entrepreneur. And last year, actually it was in February 2021, I became full-time entrepreneur and also CEO of the Capslook Ltd. So I think the entrepreneurship feels like getting back to my roots. I love colors. I've been painting since I was a kid, and I love clothes, and I love helping women. Then shortly about what is Capslook Ltd. So it was founded in August 2020, and here is a picture of me and my business partner Marit. So we made an acquisition. We bought the business that was started in 2016 by a sole proprietor. And I found Marit from the same Capslook consultant course. So we had met in 2018 and became friends. And we had the same passion and shared vision of how we would build the business. We also got the third investor or IT advisor, my husband Teemu, and our core business is actually supporting and promoting sustainable consumption of clothes via helping women organize the clothes they already own and strengthening their style so that they can focus on buying the clothes that they really need and not everything they are inspired. The methodology background is in USA and UK, as I mentioned. So capsule wardrobe or capsule dressing, if you Google those, you can find a lot of information in English as well. But this Capslook methodology is tailored to the 4 seasons and the needs of Nordic women especially. So as our customer, you will find more joy of your wardrobe, find which colors and which styles fit you best, strengthen your own style and also self-confidence, and save money and time and your nerves and environment. Yes. Then why I started my own business actually. First, it was the COVID time that forced me to stop. And the whole family, of course, stayed more together. And it was a moment where I really got to think about my values and how I want to spend my time. And then the business opportunity came out of nowhere, basically. So it was the person who had been training me and also Marit, who I mentioned, and 7 other Finnish women as caps lock consultants. And as she asked, hey, COVID time is here, and like the business is really hard to handle or predict or anything, that maybe her passion is somewhere else. Is there somebody who wants to buy the business? It was basically like that. At first, I thought that, well, I'm too busy. I cannot think about starting my own business, and I had never like dreamed of becoming an entrepreneur, even though my father has been an entrepreneur 30 years. But then I got to think about the passion that I have for clothes and colors and marketing and selling and helping, especially women and families. And then I got like really interested and enthusiastic about the opportunity. But still, if I wouldn't have the business partner, I wouldn't have jumped. I wouldn't have enough courage to do that, because I had a really good career and like good salary and everything. So yeah, it was a really big thing that I got the courage to do so. So the ups and downs of mompreneurship, in my view, I think it's easier to plan the days so that I'm there for the kids as well. It's easier to take time for myself. I can, for example, go to forest walks in the morning instead of driving in the traffic jam to Espoo from here, from Vantaa, where I live, and like bigger feeling of meaning in my life. It's actually, it's really great that I can feel that I'm changing the world and also enjoy doing so. So this is a really big thing for me. And also the freedom and possibility to be more creative, that is very important for me. So I can decide who I want to work with and where I want to work with and how and which systems to use and so on. So a lot more freedom than before. But on the downside, there has been a really difficult thoughts, of course, especially in the beginning, that am I good enough? I haven't been an entrepreneur before this. Do I need some training to become an entrepreneur or something? How do I manage financially? Of course, it's totally different when you have a salary that comes every month to your bank account, and then you jump to build a new business from basically scratch. Working from home, it's sometimes lonely. Sometimes it's really noisy, as we have 2 kids and their friends and everything. But I have like really good space in our home, so it's quite okay. But also sometimes the web has been almost crashing during an important webinar that I'm having, because our son has been playing some game on the network, and that is taking a lot of I don't know the right IT terms, but taking a lot of like the speed and everything from the internet. So those are the not so nice things. And maybe the worst thing was that my business partner, Maarit, wanted to leave the company in late 2021. So then I had thoughts that, can I do this on my own? And what is like the backup plan? and so on. But actually especially my mentor has helped me a lot in solving these issues. Then about the emotional balance and support. So I told that I chose a business partner who I had met in 2018, and I thought that I knew the person quite well, but there were actually surprises in the longer run. So after a couple of months, we understood that, okay, we have totally different level of ambition. I'm a lot more ambitious than her, and also the financial backup plans. For example, she is a single mother, and I have a husband who has good salary, and of course, like also the emotional support that I get from home is totally different than what Maarit had. But without Maarit, I wouldn't have had the courage to jump to entrepreneurship. So I'm really grateful for her, and I call her my business angel. But luckily, I also had chosen a person who I really know super well, and who I trust 100%. So Teemu has been my bedrock since we started dating, and in the beginning he was owning only 10% of the company, but when Maarit wanted to leave, now Teemu's share is 24%, and I have the rest. So it helped a lot that I also had chosen my husband to be in the company. And as my mentor really well put it, now I actually think that it's better that I'm in charge on my own, because I have like really big vision and big goals. And I don't feel that like anybody is like, how do I explain, that I can go the speed that I want, basically. And my mentor also mentioned that, hey, it's important to understand that you can have different kinds of cooperations. I love doing cooperations with other women entrepreneurs. But you don't need to take them into your company, or you don't need to like marry them. So it's basically a lot easier when I have this business and they have their own, and we can work together in another way. I have like during the latest years, I have been thinking quite a lot about my strengths, and I'm really into listening different kinds of ebooks. So especially the book of Frank Martela, Valonöörit, sisäisen motivaation käsikirja, that I wrote there in the end. It has been really helpful thinking about how do I see the world, and how do I like find the things that I'm good at. And also another one that I want to mention is Katja Presnell's and Candice Brathwaite's Big Rich Money. That helps also, especially the entrepreneurs and those who want to become an entrepreneur, in finding out what is their passion and how do they monetize it as well. So I have put here some questions that might help you finding your own strengths. For example, what do you enjoy doing? What are you good at? And these can be different kinds of things, of course, from like marketing or selling or painting or dancing or communications or like different kinds of things from both like business side and like a little bit more personal side. And also, which are your wildest dreams? And I suggest that you maybe like give yourself 5 minutes and just write down all of your wildest dreams without any like censor. And then you look at those and think that, okay, when will I do these and how to like, which are the steps that I could take, for example, today to go towards those dreams. And then especially from the Big Rich Money book, this idea that what does the world need? What is the like the big thing in world that is needed, or the trend or something? And is it something that you are really passionate about and you have skills, or you want to train your skills towards that so that you can answer the need? So is there a business case basically? So for example, for myself, I have really been like feeling very bad about the environment and how we consume, especially clothes. And now I really feel that I'm working towards a better place and a better future for our children. And then really like eye-opening questions are, if you think about how does your life look in 2 or 3 years, if you continue the path that you are now, and how would you feel after those, for example, 2 or 3 years? And then you come back to this day and you think that, okay, but how would your life look in 2 or 3 years if you started following your dream now, if you started doing some small steps towards your big dream now, and how would you feel then after those 2 or 3 years? So this might be a good thing to maybe think about. Yeah, then Ani and Ceci asked me to like talk about the main challenges that I see for starting a business. Well, the first one is actually what is a good business idea? Is there like the financial possibilities and like the growth potential and everything? And from that idea, you of course build a good business plan. And we got really good help from Uusyrityskeskus. It was so good, like building the business plan together with them. And they had actually like the platform where you got to build it. Then of course the big question is also, do I need a business partner or several partners? And how do I find a good one? And should I involve family members or not? My tip is that know your business partner well, including their resources and motivations and risk profile and everything. And also always, of course, choose somebody you can trust. Then the financials. I had the starttiraha, and I find it really good. But also be prepared that you cannot pay yourself salary during the starttiraha period. And I also suggest that you have some savings as backup, even if you think that you have this $1 million business idea, but it might be that you need some backup money still. I think the biggest question is, do I dare to jump into this? And especially if it's from different area or like the unknown territory that you don't know yet that well. And what if it doesn't fly? But I think that basically you should think that, well, what if it doesn't fly? Is it that bad? You don't need to do that until you're 70 or something. You can try your thing, and then you can do something else if it doesn't fly. But still, like, you have tried, and I think it's more important, especially like it's the mindset that if you're scared or if you're like really enthusiastic about building the new business. My main learnings: build a good network. For example, Mothers in Business, Female Founders Suomi, Insider Society have been very good networks for me, both personally and professionally. Remember to take care of yourself. As I mentioned, my favorite routine is starting days with a walk in the forest, and maybe listening some ebooks or some podcast, or sometimes I only listen to the birds singing. It's a really nice way to start the day. Don't do everything on your own. At least have a good accountant. If you're not passionate about bookkeeping, I'm not. I'm more of the marketing and salesperson and like the communications and co-working person. So we have had the same accountant that my father has been using, and we have been very happy with her. So that you can focus on the core things for your business and the things that only you can do. Then have people around you also who support you, like the family members or friends or anybody who are enthusiastic about how your business is going and how you're feeling and your ideas, and people who want good for you and your business. And don't listen too much to the negative voices. They are just jealous. Then, as I mentioned, I'm a very visual person. I want to, or I'm used to visualizing my dreams. I, for example, do treasure maps, aarrekartta things, or mind maps or anything, because I find that it helps my brain to start working efficiently towards reaching the dreams. And instead of only setting the big goals, cut them into smaller pieces, and put also actions in your calendar and do them when they are in the calendar. There's an old saying that nobody eats an elephant as a whole, but it needs to be cut in small pieces. And remember also to celebrate the small victories. It's also important for your motivation. And do things even if you're scared. So when you go out of your comfort zone, like step by step, the comfort zone also gets wider. For example, Marit was the person who like opened the bank account for our company and like started the invoicing system and everything, like more the, I think, boring stuff. But then when I started doing the color analysis and I had customers here, I couldn't think about that I would like tell Maarit that, hey, you should send an invoice from the system. Of course, I had to learn it myself. At first, it was a little bit hard because I didn't find the motivation. But then when I like, okay, now I just take my time and learn it, then it's really easy, and like I'm pro in that field now. And then, like I mentioned that the whole network thing is very important, but especially I want to raise mentorship support. MiB nationwide international mentoring program first round started last year, and I was lucky to be chosen to be an actor since last summer. It's taking 9 months, and as mothers, we all know that in 9 months there's miracles. So I think it has been really helpful for like finding my strengths and finding which things are not maybe that easy for me, and like the weaknesses and so on, and how do I overcome those obstacles, or how do you put it? And also it has been giving me a lot of courage to dream even bigger. So the next mentoring program is starting soon. If you want to be in that, apply latest on this week's Sunday, because then it's closing, and I think it's, I don't know when it's starting, maybe March or something. And also remember unofficial mentors that can be found from, for example, LinkedIn. I have found many, especially like other women entrepreneurs, leaders, business coaches. They are really like really good relationships in a way that I get a lot of their ideas, and like, hey, I can look at my business from this angle or point of view as well. And also I feel that I have been giving them a lot in the informal talks. Yeah, that was basically my presentation. So anything you want to ask about anything? And is there like something in the chat already?
Thank you, Anna-Leena. Yes. And either write them or unmute yourself. No, there was just a comment that when you were talking about getting support for your business plan. So here there's NewCo that supports entrepreneurs, and they have all the support in English, so it's really good.
Yes, that's really good. Yeah, good point. Is there anything else?
Annie, I think we are losing you. Your network is not so stable, I think, Annie. We didn't hear you anything else. It's you break down the voice.
Oh.
But I can't, Rabea, yeah, you can tell us.
Yes. Hi, that was really, really nice and impressive thing you have done. Actually, I was starting to check you out on Instagram now, because I find the idea really, really interesting, and I could definitely also use some help with my wardrobe. But what I actually wanted to comment on was that I also have an idea where I would help women, or especially moms, especially around birth, or basically after, maybe already before, because there are a lot of things that are not offered in Finland, or that are available scattered here and there, on the private side. But I have the issue that I can't imagine charging, what you would need to charge in order to make a living with it. I just feel so awful making money out of other people's desperation, basically, like this.
Oh.
I just, maybe I'm not business woman enough for that, but it just feels so so bad. Like I would love all this to be offered for free in the public system, but I mean, that's probably not going to happen for a long time. But then I feel bad charging for it.
Yeah, I understand, and that's a really good point. I maybe encourage you to read that Big Rich Money book. I can show it. It's here in Finnish. I think so. It's like miten tehdä yrittäjän unelmista kannattavaa liiketoimintaa. It helps you think about money in a way that money is not good or bad, but of course you need money to make, for example, good things, and it changes maybe how you think about business and so on. And also I would like to add that but if you're not helping those who need it, then isn't that a worse scenario? So I think if you have the passion and like the motivation and everything, you should also think about that it's helping some people, and then you can charge from it.
Yeah, that's something similar. I also did some sorry.
I'm also thinking that maybe at the beginning, maybe it will sound like maybe you need to, just thinking financially, maybe you need to charge a bit more that you would like to, because you are starting, and then you need to be stable also to be able to, to pay all your expenses. But maybe, in long term, that your cost will decrease, your expenses, because it's scalable. If you have more customers, if you have more people to support, or whoever is going to be the people that you will help, it will, if you are super good, and of course everyone needs you so much, and you're helping so much, then you will be able to gather more people with you through your services or products, and then you will be able to decrease your cost at some point when you have already maybe reached the balance of your books.
Yeah, that's really good addition. And also I can add that I'm also doing some work that I don't charge anything. For example, like the professional organizers in Finland, ammattijärjestäjät. I work very closely with many of them, and I see that we look at the same issue from different angles, and I have made a decision that I can help them in, for example, social media, or something like give some tips for LinkedIn or Instagram or something, based on my 15 years background in marketing and so on, and communications. And I don't charge anything from that, for example. So you can also decide that, hey, I'm helping some people that I really feel that are like grateful of that and can use that to grow their own business or something. So also like this kind of thinking that you don't need to think about money all the time, of course.
Yeah, if
And
I may add, yeah, can you hear me well now?
Yeah.
Yes, now we
Yes.
can hear you.
Okay, thinking about this, think about the value you are giving to people. So don't think about what you are charging, if it's expensive or cheap, you know, or that you are taking out of their desperation, let's say, because think about coaches. If you would think that way, coaches would never be able to charge because they are helping. So think about the value you would be giving. And then of course, as a starter point, you could see other people offering similar services, you know, what's the rate? So to get an idea. I see a hand up. So Afra, if you want to ask, please.
Yes, thank you. Yes, sorry, I don't have my camera open now, but I think my picture is there. Yes, I just wanted to add to that money mindset. So exactly what I want to just point out that if you think about it this way, if you charge for the value and the service that you give, it's more harmful if you don't give it, if you don't give your help. And the second point is that look, the money what they invest in your service. For example, I am a coach, and the money what people invest in my service, the money will come. The money will definitely come back to them multiply, but the time will not come. If someone is thinking, or if I am thinking, I spend money on my education, my growth as well. I like to do that because I think if I don't do that, I will not move from point A to point B. I will be stuck in the point A forever. My time will not come back. I will not get younger, and I will not make money. But if I now invest on myself, the money will come back multiply, and I will save my time. So there are many ways to think about it. Do not think, or I could ask that if you feel bad to charge, okay, do you think that the people, they are just losing their money when they pay for you? They are not.
Yeah, exactly.
In this way, are they gonna lose it and get nothing out of it and just get poor? No. Change your mindset. It's the opposite. You will make them richer with your services. They will not lose it.
That's a good
That was
point,
really
yeah.
good point. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And one more thing that I remember I saw in some podcasts, maybe Rovea, you have also heard in this podcast, if you're in Finland, there's some business, how she introduced her business. She was selling some kind of jewelry from Africa, handmade from, the local people in Africa, in these countries. And what she did was to make a list, how are the expenses covered? So what you are paying, if you buy a necklace or a bracelet, you're paying 20 euros. And those 20 euros, how is divided? So is it going, is it everything profitable, or is just covering the expenses to bring from Africa, pay the women, the work for them? So you really are, how is invest that money that you're paying and how that will help to other people from that point of view. But yeah,
and I also think that for example, at Caps Lock page there is a free wardrobe workshop. It's 3 videos in Finnish, unfortunately, only, but like where I give free advice on how to start looking at your own wardrobe and start putting like a list of your life's activities and what kind of clothes you need for different kinds of activities and like those things. So I also want to like give free things as well. They are basically taster of my services, but also I understand that some people don't have the money to buy any services. from me, but I still want to give them something to, if they are interested in, and of course they can read more from the blog or something. So yeah, I find it really important that you also want to share things and not think about money all the time.
Yeah, we have well, almost a few minutes until 5, but if there's any other questions, comments, or recommendations, or want to share something, please, you're welcome. And Annie, you want to add something else? I have one question, but if you have something, I can wait. Don't worry.
Go ahead. I don't see any hands up at the moment, so just go ahead, Ceci.
Yeah, thanks. So my question was, like, when you said you have some previous experience already in corporate and you have some knowledge, and somehow that brings you a lot of skills to, feel that you are capable enough to start some business. I'm always thinking, at least from my point of view, most of my career has been a bit more academic, but close to the business, of course, but it's always like, should I go into first a corporate or a startup industry and learn first how things are done, and then maybe I can jump into the water and start doing something that I would like? Or should I go straight and just jump into the water? And because there's so much risk, it's always the risk behind, like financially, how you will support at the beginning, for yourself, your business, and always, behind it, are you good enough in this? And of course, I already know that there is some, we have to understand there is always some weakness that you will have to start your business, but you need to find the right person maybe to coach you or mentor you. But it's always that, that how to balance that you can really find that, okay, is it the right moment or it's not the right moment?
Yeah, and well, I think it depends on your risk profile, basically, because well, I found it good that I had been practicing with some other corporates' money than my own small money doing marketing. But of course, I maybe wouldn't have needed 15 years there. So it might be a wise idea that if you want to become an entrepreneur, maybe you apply for some job where you can like strengthen the skills that are needed in entrepreneurship and learn there, and then maybe like as a side job start part-time entrepreneurship or something. But of course you can also jump. So it depends how you feel. And maybe as the final point, I put here a quote from Kirsti Pakkanen. It was in Finnish, but I translated it in English. So, do bravely the thing that you feel is right inside of your heart. So basically, like, of course you can find facts for pros and cons and everything, but like I think listening to your heart and what it says is the most important thing.
That's a great advice. Yes, thank you so much. Anyone else who would like to add? Annie, you want to say something else, maybe?
No questions from me. Don't see anyone asking. So if this is it, I just want to thank you, Anna-Leena, for your time. It was really nice to hear your story, to see a little bit of the fears and difficulties that anyone starting as an entrepreneur might go through, but also see the positive side and, how to overcome those things that might come up. So thank you very much. And thank you to everybody that joined us today. And as Ceci mentioned at the beginning, So in March, we will have another person presenting on for this series of Mother and Entrepreneurship. So hope to see you there.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank
really nice
you.
being here.
Thank you, everyone. Good to see
Thank
you
you.
today. Have a
Bye-bye.
great weekend.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.